Okay, so now that I burned an offending article of peace, you know, whatever the, no, get it away. I don't want to think about, no, didn't happen, no. Okay. Off the rails there. I'm writing a poem. I didn't know anyone that was emotionally unstable. Nobody hung themselves. I didn't have a moment of irresponsibility and look away at probably the worst time that I ever could have. No, that didn't, no, I never did that. I never did anything wrong. I'm innocent. No, I never did anything wrong. Never did anything wrong. Never did anything wrong. Never did anything on. Never did anything wrong. No. No. I don't want to click on that. I don't want to express myself like that because those feelings aren't real. No. No, those feelings aren't real. No one wants to see those. No one wants to see those. No one wants to see those feelings on me. No. I'd rather write about something else. Yeah, French, no. Yes. Romance, yes, the most important thing to me. Now, all those other options, no. It doesn't seem to make anyone jump and hop and skip over there, but, Okay, romance. I'm writing about romance. What about romance? No, don't. It didn't fucking happen. It didn't happen. That girl's not real. That's just some fucked up little fantasy that I had in my head for an evening. It didn't happen. But what do I write now, aside from... No. I shouldn't write about those feelings. That's bad. No one wants to see those. Not just me screaming on LiveJournal about my problems. No, nobody wants to see those. I just look pathetic. I feel awful. But maybe if I express myself hard enough, maybe someone will come to save me. Or maybe that's an incredibly needy and psychotic thing to think. Decisions. Decisions. I know. I'll be retarded. I'm a songfic writer, after all. Right. Oh, so, romance and song and dance. Wine, women, and song. I don't want to be a soldier. I don't want to go to war. And that's what everyday living this game is. It's a war where I don't know if the things that I like will be taken from me. Moving on. So, no. Why did I think, what? Wow, why do these words keep coming up like, no. Man. I feel as though the world is, I'm being boxed into a corner. You know, there's a couple of bright spots here, but I feel like I'm being boxed into a corner and I'm trying to hide from it. So yeah, daydream. Yeah, right. What if I just, right, so romance and song, and I'd like to sing to the woman I love or have feelings for and get her to actually care about me. Perhaps this romance in my head is entirely of my own making as I stare wistfully at the object of this romance from across the room. Perhaps I'd like to know, or rather, like to let her know how I feel, and have her actually accept and return those feelings. Perhaps that is the story of my entire life, or at least my romantic interactions with women in general, like, or in all of the time, really. Good, alright, I can still get Yuri. Alright, good. There's still something there. I haven't been lost. I haven't lost myself entirely. Also 420, blaze it. Okay. See, music. I already did song, can't do that again. Vitality, disaster. No, Bubbles, fantasy. Well, I already did daydream, so that's not really the same thing. Well, it would be basically the same thing, but, Remember that comment about holding hands until both of our hands are really sweaty? Oh, Natsuki likes that. Wow, that's gonna make things complicated. Well, I have 2 hands. Shame. Why would I ever feel... No, I feel shameful every day of my life. But okay, so... Heaven sent. Yes. We keep going up here, but there's gotta be a down. There's gotta be a down. We keep going up and being positive, but there has to be a down. So maybe here's the time where I'll let the feelings in. Let the negative feelings just ride in and create something full and articulate, I suppose. That's the word that jumps to mind. Fully articulated and just fleshed out. Ups and downs. That's what writing is and what emotions are. In order to be accurate to the world, you have to go up and go down. Heaven said yes, but now I seem to have written a story or written a poem about loving someone or having feelings from someone for afar, and feeling as though that person is heaven sent to me to save me in my horrible, crippling loneliness. However, no, you know what? Let's go keep going up there because you know it, lewd. You're my kind of woman. But okay, so now that we've reached the peak here, we've just went straight up until the aircraft has stalled. We are at 0 airspeed, and now we tumble. Now we go down. But if fate should defeat me in this apparently heaven-sent fucking fever dream that I'm having about this woman from afar, apparently, which is... Yeah, no, that happens. That's entirely accurate to me. Horror. And... there's nothing negative on this page, though. That's weird. No. I can't pick the words that'll show up on the page, but I will, let's see here. So, the horror of this meager melancholy that will overtake me if this woman should not feel a damn thing towards me. My God. Okay. Pain. Anxiety. Maybe I should make, yeah, no. I could keep going down in the spiral here, or I could make an allusion to blood. That'll get her off. Yeah, woman, I know you. You're fucked up, but I like that. Horror of this outcome leaves me anxious and feeling as though I am bleeding. Yet, through all of this pain, I still must be tenacious. I still must press on. Keep going, is what I have been told and what I tell myself. Hope is the only thing that I have. And even though I may be unrequited, I can still love, I suppose. Even if I have to wait an eternity. And somehow control my lust and anger and scars and Cheers, and there's multiple words that I would select here, but lust is probably the hardest one. Perhaps, if I can, control my lust and act the way that a man should, and act evenly and sensibly to the point where a woman looks at me and thinks, he's a nice guy, he might be worth a shot, I guess. Maybe then, if I control myself enough to be attractive, I can have that adventure with a woman that I always wanted. You know, the one where we hold hands? And that will be... I suppose the treasure that I will hold for the rest of my life. Or something that will haunt me for the rest of my days. Monica, that's not funny. Stop showing me the picture of a woman that doesn't exist. I didn't do anything wrong, I'm innocent. I tried. But I didn't try. That's contradicting myself. It never fucking happened. Never happened. But hi again, Fontaine. Oh, hi, Monica. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha ha ha! Monica, I'm gonna say get better at manipulating the simulation because it's starting to wane and fall apart on me. Nah, don't worry, I don't have anywhere else to be because I'm forced to be here. I may go insane if you don't manage yourself fucking properly, woman. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. Back at this horrible place. Again. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Fontaine. Well, I'm a man of my word, even though... Is it just me, or is the music getting off kilter now? And maybe just, I don't know, something linking up with my emotional trauma trying to debate everything that's going on, but you know what, I'm detecting slightly off-pitch notions here and there. That just may be me thinking about it too much. And Yuri's face was weird for a moment there. It's almost like she wasn't real, but... No, I know that. She isn't real. I'm just playing a video game. None of these women are real. None of this can actually hurt me. It's just a game. A game that I'm playing for emotional validation and release. And I wouldn't buy a game that would hurt myself, right? Of course I wouldn't. This game was free. Haha. Ha. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Well, Yuri, I spent my life working up to commit myself to a woman and love and care and carry her for the rest of my days. So no, it is not. If I have the chance to get that, then I'm... Oh. Oh, no. I didn't just see that picture over Yuri's shoulder. No, that's not real. It didn't happen. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Yeah, literature, right. No, writing's hard and books are hard, so it's a little hard. It's just... not as hard as hiding from my mistakes and shortcomings and... We open a window in here, it's kind of hot. Maybe it's the jacket. Yeah, I wear it to look cool and, feel like I'm doing something with my life. But you know what? It gets really hot and kind of hard to wear. Is it just me or is the room starting to spin? Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I wasn't dragged, I came here because... Why did I come here? Why am I here? Why am I continuing to haunt myself with all of this shit? Is it just sex? Is that what I want? Is it really just that? Am I just that enthralled to throw myself onto a woman that I'm willing to put myself into through all this emotional trauma? Is that it? Good thing no one can hear inside my head right now, but you're here listening to me just go about all of this shit, so here you go, folks. You paid for this. That's an honest laugh here. Don't worry, I'm not going insane on you yet. But, yeah, no. I'm being fucked with. I'm being fucked with big time here, and, ooh, I'm trying to sort of link in and sort of play along with the role here, but the problem is I don't know what my role is, and I can't read the script because that's spoilers, so I'm just trying to make it up as I go along here. So sorry to break the meta bubble here, I guess, but wow, fuck this game! Keep going. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. Woman, I wrote a poem about ideas that I have wanted since my childhood. You better shut the fuck up and actually give me a chance to read them. Because you may like them, or you may think that I'm a creepy, needy weirdo. Either way, this is the risk that I have taken. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, I am taking you entirely seriously. The only problem is that if I emotionally attach myself to you, it is going to end in horrible pain and suffering, like this ghost that I am being haunted by. Someone just take down that poster, please. Just burn it. Just throw it away. Just rip it. I'd get up and do it right now if I could, but I don't want to look like I know more than I do, because Monica is watching me. I didn't kill Sayuri. I wanted to help. I wanted to be a good person. I wanted to be a good boyfriend. Monica killed her. It's not me. It's her, right? But then again, who's Sayuri? No one by that name goes to this school. I mean, names are common, but that one doesn't show up at all. What am I babbling about? I don't know, but I'm slowly going insane. So you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga collection in the club room. Monica, I can't read the dialogue. You're standing too close. Why are you standing so close to me? What do you want? Why are you doing this? Do you enjoy this? Is this fun to you? Huh? Do you enjoy making people suffer? She won't answer me, yet. I know she will, though. She'll explain herself at some point. And only after she has taken everything from me. But you see, her presence is resonating outside the bounds of the game here. It wouldn't be inaccurate to call her God, because she's exuding pressure on this simulation, this dream. And it's, well, as you can see by her symbolically standing in front of the dialogue and in front of everyone else, yeah, no, she's in control here. She exists separate from the reality that I'm currently sitting in. What's your fucking game, though? I want to know, because I just want to know everything. I'm just a glutton for punishment, I suppose, and horror and despair, but I want to know and I don't want to know. But I suppose I'm being paid, too, so you know what? I gotta know. Natsuki, no one cares if you're a huge dork. It's actually a selling point, really. A lot of guys would actually like to have someone they can talk to and even argue about certain things concerning things that they like, especially anime. There's a lot of nice people, a lot of nice guys out there that are looking for a girl just like that. I'm kind of one of them, so don't be too embarrassed by the thought. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Haha, minced words, that's really I can't look at Natsuki's face because every time I look over there I see the fucking poster on the wall. Get it away. Get it away. Get it. I'm looking down now, but it's not just because I have anxiety and I'm bad around people. I don't want to look. I don't want to look. Manga is literature. Yeah, and hentai is art. What? I didn't say anything. I'm not a degenerate. I'm just a normal guy with more normal problems, and that's a cute face, but I still had to look over the fucking... Can I go home yet? Can I leave? Please? I looked at the picture again. This swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops down in her seat. Good, I don't have to look up there. Yuri. Maybe if I just stare at Yuri's face, or maybe her rack. Maybe I can just artificially put depth of field on the rest of the classroom so I don't have to be reminded of my horrible mistakes and shortcomings. But, haha, Yuri, we're doing this thing, right? Where we're having an anime moment, right? Where you like me, and you think that I might be, someone who might be able to, meet you halfway on your feelings and have a meaningful relationship, and I'm a stupid main protagonist in a harem anime. I am just fascinated by your breasts, right? Haha, it's funny. Right, I'm just a pervert. Right, I've got a heart of gold, though. Right? That makes everything better, right? Right? You wouldn't judge me too hard if you knew everything. God, I hope you don't. But then again, somebody tells me she won't be around very long. I'm sorry, Fontaman. No, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Why did I step away? Oh, I know why, because I didn't have any control over the situation. I couldn't actually change anything, because I wasn't allowed to. But I suppose, in a way, a writer has to do that sometimes. A writer has to make a character make mistakes that they, well, wouldn't. Because that's a mistake. It's something that you regret doing, something you think you shouldn't be doing, but you... In order for things to happen, to make things interesting, if you enjoy fucked up things being interesting, and this is quite a fucked up situation, you have to have characters be idiots and make mistakes, and I suppose I am just another character in this fucked up little story, aren't I? We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Can we just get rid of that poster, please? And could you just, like, take off your uniform jacket? Maybe that'll help. Maybe the sweater vest, too. Please? That'd make me feel comfortable. Oh, don't look at me that way. The situation's entirely fucked. I don't think me being a pervert and being attracted to women is really gonna change anything about the situation right now. So please, if you really actually wanted to make me comfortable, we can hold hands until we're sweating. What? I didn't say anything. Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Yeah, I'm just gonna look away. I'm actually looking in generally the same direction that Yuri is looking right now, because looking the other direction leads me to see all of my horrible, horrible shortcomings and mistakes. It takes a strong man to deny what's in front of him. Right? It takes a strong man to look at the other side of the room at the blackboard and not anything else. But there, I know there's a poster there, and maybe, oh dear lord, maybe they're just gonna replace all of them. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, this is accurately, in a funny way, replicating anxiety, because normally I wouldn't have any problems looking at the anime girl. She's cute. She draws my attention. She wants me to look at her. However, I can't make eye contact with her, because making eye contact with her draws me to look at the fucking poster! So actually, this is brilliant! In a really fucked up and uncomfortable way. But that's somewhat how you actually have to look at situations like this. Sometimes it's the author's intent to make the audience or the reader or the viewer intensely uncomfortable. And he's doing a very fucking good job of it right now. So yes, this is actually making me experience anxiety in a situation that normally wouldn't give me anxiety, because it's disconnected from reality. I didn't come here for this shit. If I wanted to experience anxiety, I'd go in public and just try not to make eye contact with people. Now that you're in the club and all, I'm rambling to myself again, I'm pretty sure I've made people think that I'm probably unwell by this point by all the things that I've said. But you know what? You paid for it. People paid for this, and I'm putting on a show. I really am trying to put on a show. Again, that's saying me talking. I can stop whenever I want, really, but I can't because you're paying me, so I can never actually stop. Ah! Jesus! Perhaps you might be interested in picking up a book to read. I'd like to pick up something, but can't say that. This is a Christian website. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in the club now. I'm in this club now. I was always in the club. It's not a now, it's a permanent thing. So it only feels right for me to do something that, like that, if you ask. Can we, Yuri, dear God, can we hold hands again? Can we go to that nice CG where I'm looking over your shoulder and I can kind of sort of see your rack a little bit and we're just kind of reading a book together? Can we go back to that? That was nice. That'd be way better than anything that's happening right now. Please, can I get that CG again? Wait. No, don't wait. Please. No, I can't stand this anymore. I didn't mean it like that. No, I know you don't want to rush me into things that you may make me feel uncomfortable doing, but woman, I'm uncomfortable standing here, so please just dictate the pace and I will follow. Those are cute, inhuman anime girl sounds you're making. Just wanted to say that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything. I guess, woman, I'd rather be doing anything right now, other than sitting here, staring at this background, having to avert my eyes. Now looking at the picture of the school, I think, right over there. That's where my eyes are right now. That, the blackboard, the door, the light, which may actually be my salvation, I don't know. Not anything over here. I'm moving the mouse over here, I'm looking there, down, slightly up to Yuri's face, and that's it. I am not looking at anything on this side of the fucking screen. I just did it again, though. Fuck. Damn it. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be part of this club, just not the part of the room that's over here. I looked at it again. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Oh, God. I don't know. It's something with her. It's maybe this strand of hair, I think, that's drawing my eyes up there. I don't want to look over there. But yeah, I want to be a part of this club, just not the part of the club that's over there. Just the part of the club that's turned around and feeling the warmth of another person. Are you sure? Yes. I have never been more sure in my fucking life. I just felt like you're forcing me. You're not. Really, you're not. I'm forcing myself here, but not in a way that has anything to do with you. Actually, you're saving me, woman. You're saving me right now. Please save me. Please. I looked at it again. Fuck. Well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yes, anything, please. Anything at all. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I don't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. Is it gonna reduce madness points? Because dear fucking God, I need a couple rolls here. That's a Necronica reference. But yeah, no, I could use a couple conversation checks here. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. I'd rather use anything else for my eyes right now. Use my eyes for anything else, sorry. It's hard to talk and keep concentrated when you're being constantly tormented by your sins and mistakes. It's really hard to actually keep yourself going in that situation, so sorry if I mince my words here. But that's just normal. Nobody's really noticed. I stutter and say the wrong things all the time. And we could, hold hands. Discuss it if you want. Tid. Yes. Yes, yes. Please. Woman, save me. Give me something to focus on. Even if it's you. Don't worry, it's not narcissistic if you let me do that. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? I don't think it's an accident. It might be somewhat of an act. But at this point, I don't fucking care. I need an act. Lie to me. Yuri, lie to me. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Maybe she's clairvoyant. Maybe she just wants to push me towards something. Maybe it's something that she wants me to like. She's imagining me liking, thereby conforming to her wants for a man, right? She wants me to be the me that she wants. She doesn't know enough about me to actually know anything, or make that decision kind of informed, in an informed manner, right? She doesn't know about what would keep my attention or what I would like. She doesn't know who I am, so she's just going off of instinct and projecting, but woman, project on me, please. Give me something to go on that isn't anything about the situation right now. Can we just leave? Please, I don't want to stay in this room anymore. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Now let's push our desks together and just talk about this book page by page. Really intently. You know, just being really close to the point where we can kind of subtly sense the electricity coming off of our skin and the body heat and the breaths coming out of our mouths. And you know where this is going, woman, and you want this. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. It's still there. And yeah, I know. Nah, I knew they were contorting the image, but I wasn't entirely sure. But yeah, no, I'm slowly going. I hope I'm really playing the part of slowly going insane, because holy fuck, I'm slowly going insane. I might actually be slowly going insane if they force me to stay in this fucking room any longer. Ah! Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Oh, thank God it's gone. Oh, thank God it's gone. Oh, thank God it's fucking gone. Oh. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a bit more. I am. Maybe it's just her. Maybe it's gone because I'm focusing on her now. She's the light in the middle of horrible, painful darkness. Yuri, please pay attention to me. I don't want to be cold any longer. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. No. I suppose, yes, she might hate me, but then again, she might love me for actually breaking her concentration, but then I'd kind of be Natsuki at that point. Oh God. Oh, God, I want out. I want out of this situation by some means. Can we just hold hands with a cute girl, please? Can it be that story again, please? Can we just go back? We can never go back, but I want to go back. I really do. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Oh, thank God it's this. Oh, thank God it's this. Yes, please, this moment. I like this moment, please. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. I mean, you know, I was trying to get her attention by doing that, but you know what? It's still kind of weird if I stare. She sneaks another glance at me. Our eyes meet for a split second. You know, even in my really off-kilter and off-balance state, that's still really fucking awkward. I'm not sure. At this point, I still wouldn't be sure if she likes me, but I know about her blood fetish. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. And sorry about the 1,000-yard stare. It wasn't meant for you. It was just me disassociating from the situation entirely. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. It's fine. I was focused. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. You wanted to refresh yourself on how to have a discussion, and that's great. You actually care. Oh dear God, she still actually cares, but I'm not sure if she actually knows what's going on. She probably doesn't. Monica's gonna take her from me, but you know what? I'm gonna try and enjoy the moments that I have with her. Because I suppose that's all that life is in the end. Life is a short, warm moment. Death is a long, cold rest. Just curious how come you have 2 copies of the same book. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. Yes, it is. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them, by accident, in a completely unrelated to you situation. Right. Women who think like this are cute. The only problem is they're not real. Or in some cases, their instances of this happening are so incredibly rare, it's mostly just the imagination creating them. I don't really know if someone... Well, I know a couple of guys that probably relate to this feeling, but I'm not sure if a woman actually feels this way about me, or ever has. That's a really heavy, dark thought. But I suppose people have been driven to create situations like this artificially to express those moments and to live through them, because reality won't give them. Think about it. If reality was half this good, when it's good, why would we need games like this? We wouldn't need emotional release or vindication or anything. We just walk outside and get it. We wouldn't have to go to such lengths to create experiences like this in order to actually get those feelings across or to sate those feelings. So that lets you know the world's kind of a fucked up place, isn't it? But I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me. I decide to let it go. I'm still thinking about it, though. She likes me, and that's a way nicer, lighter thought than the things that this game has made me think about for the last 20 minutes? Maybe more. I lost track. I'll definitely start reading it soon, like right now if you want, together, while holding hands and being really close. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. I unfortunately can't put this one down even if I wanted, because I'm being paid to do this. This is what I signed up for, and at this point, honestly, people at home, Sane Fonto talking again, I hope you're enjoying the show here as I slowly spiral into madness. I'm doing my best to play this part. It's a very engaging and relatable story, yeah. About men not getting what they want and feeling cold and lonely as cute women that seem to be beacons of happiness and hope walk by them and don't even spare them a glance. Yeah. Relatable. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. Wow. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. Lust for killing lust for... Oh. Sweetheart, I love you, but you can lust for blood, just don't kill anyone. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Wow, that's fucking dark. You should not be smiling like that while talking about that. But then again, you know, if I'm gonna continue to be honest, I'd like a woman who's a little fucked up like that. Oh, that might be a bit of a spoiler. It is, kind of, but you know, sometimes spoilers get you to read books. Or play games. But anyway, I'm really into it. Look at her, she's so adorable. She doesn't realize what she's just said, and saying out loud that she enjoys that is kind of painting her up a certain way. But remember, I'd kind of want a woman who's a little bit fucked up. Remember? The sadder but the wiser girl for me. The book, I mean. Sure. Not the thing about the limbs. Sure. You were totally thinking about the thing about the limbs right now. But that's not really my fetish, and I think we can both agree that that's probably a destructive thing to go down, so we can probably set that fetish aside and just look at, I don't know, Dutchco art. That's kind of... Dutchco. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Remember, sadder but the wiser girl for me. And Dutchco exists and has a following, and, well, man's fucked up, but, I look at the Necronica book and I feel kind of the same way. Their subject matter is kind of fucked up, but they're good artists, and they have intent and passion about what they're doing. And it's all make-believe, so it doesn't really matter. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yeah, right. This is going to be a nice story about, you know, holding hands with cute girls. And not an emotional roller coaster filled with trauma and disappointment and shame and pain and loss. Right. It's a dating sim. Are you not a sort of that? Aren't you not a fan of that sort of thing, Fontaman? Well, honestly, I am, but it's dependent on what the value is. I mean, yeah, I can understand the merit of something that's totally fucked up, but I want to see what the point of it is. Again, as I was saying earlier during my horrible, horrible moment there with the horrible portrait of my sins in the corner, tormenting me, sometimes an author's point, sometimes the entire point or motivation for the author is to make you feel uncomfortable. But then the question is why? It's always why. Because why is the important reason. If you would just make someone suffer for no apparent reason, it doesn't really make any sense. So authors do things to do things. That's what that's why you have characters who act out certain roles, that do certain actions, that fulfill certain events, that cause certain things to happen, and cause things to end a certain way. They do things to do things, but the point of the thing is why they do things to do things. And in the end, you're supposed to know why people suffer, or why the things that they decided to make people do, what the reasoning was for. What point were they trying to get across? So, I can understand violence, and I don't shy away from horrible violence. But I would like to know why. Usually the answers are quite simple, and sometimes philosophically, intriguing or, enlightening. So it doesn't have to be that hard, it just has to be a point more than just mindless violence for the sake of mindless violence to fill some sort of urge of, some sort of narcissist power fantasy, right? Something like that. That's just someone masturbating on a fucking piece of paper, really. You gotta have a literary point to that, and that's the thing that I vex about most in my writing, actually having a point. But then again, I suppose this is really the hardest part about it, and what you do is what you do, I guess, or the best you can do. And right now, the best that I can do is make it through this fucking situation. No, that's not it. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so, because you're in one, said Yuri to me, in a bedroom voice. We're totally gonna fuck at least once, right? We're totally gonna do that at least once before people are, I'm subjected to horrible trauma and go insane, right? We're totally at least gonna get that once, right? Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. Yeah, I've encountered women like this before, but unfortunately, none of them seem to have saw fit to actually attach themselves to me in any sort of substantial manner. There are women who think about dark things that are far more complicated than what may lie or appear to lie on the surface. And the really funny thing is that some women don't realize that we actually know that. I mean, yeah, sure, you can be simple about it and think that men only think with their eyeballs, but there are men that actually do think about complex things. But unfortunately for me, I'm one of those people, but I feel as though no one believes that I am. And so therefore, no one gives me a chance. And as of yet, hasn't. So, yeah, Fonto available. It's just that this kind of story... Yes? It's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. Yes, a perspective where bad things happen, and people let them happen. And people who do bad things get away with them. And that all order and law and goodness in the world is actually incredibly situational and really barely there. It's only there because certain people want it to be there, and they have sequestered themselves in areas where they wish the law to apply and can ensure reasonably that projection of what life should be is actually doable within the bounds of that area. We call these places nations, and we call these things laws that keep people in line, and also societal norms and closer inspection, because people in societies don't actually follow laws too, they can be separate things. Common sense and what people actually want out of life can be absolutely counter to what the law of the land is. In some cases, it kind of needs to be for good things to happen. However, there are people that just kind of skirt under the eyes of the law, or inspection to get what they want because they want it, and this leads to bad things happening. This is how war crimes are committed, and human rights violations are also committed. Because the eyes of God they may not even be there. They say God's blind spot, but if you look at the world, honestly, it seems like the man has no eyes at all. Is that the alternate strange perspective that you were thinking about, Yuri? Am I got the note yet? I think I got the note, but I'm not exactly sure. She can't really tell me. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Oh, you see... I was entirely right. You see, me and this woman... Wow, I'm looking up with this woman even more so than I did back in the original Let's Play. Unfortunately, I haven't encountered someone like this in real life. I'm not sure if they make them like this. I'd like to think that they do, and I'd like to think that, well, there's a valuable woman out there. Whether a woman like this that I can prize as valuable, I would. There are many different types of women, and there are many types of beautiful women, and there are many things that make a woman beautiful. However, this one seems to be right up my alley, isn't it? We can sit there and talk and laugh darkly with our gallows humor about how fucked up the world is and how awful we feel. And make each other feel better. And then we hold hands until our hands get real sweaty. Right? Wow, I just came up with that today, but that seems like something that's gonna keep going. That's a new and exciting innovation on Fontologic. But yes! Black text, borders, maximum. But we're not all worthless. We can be valuable to each other. We can help each other, and then that implies value. However, unfortunately, I've been in a way where I don't feel all that powerful, and I am forced to admit at the current point in my life that women don't see a worth in me, because no one really has approached me. As sad as that thought is, but it's the truth. It's a hard thing to face in reality, but I'm single and 29 and never been in a relationship before. Why? Because women looked at me and they didn't see anything of value. But I know there are women out there that don't see any value in themselves. And I'd like to help them. Because I'm probably sure I can find them some sort of value about themselves, and it isn't just, being a means to masturbate. They like to think that that's the only thing that's out there for a relationship, that's the only thing a man can do, but no. No, I see that, and that's entirely possible, but I'm not one of those guys, but like I said, no one believes me. Or similar to I said. But now I've just said it, so now you know. No one's really believed in me enough to actually want to romantically attach themselves to me. Then suddenly, I'm rambling, aren't I? No, please. Please, no. I know it's kind of cathartic to talk like that, so please, keep going. I'll listen. We're in fucked up territory here, but again, this is me. This is the person you're riding along with. This is the person you paid money to get this out of. So I hope I'm giving you everything that you want about this. I'm not sure what it'll do, but I suppose it'll just make me relatable to some of you who are also lonely fuckers like me. Not again. No, please, again. Please, let's go on a magical ride. This is the point where I'm scooting my desk over closer to her. Please, no, continue. I'm sorry, you don't have to apologize, sweetheart. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. Is it the blood fetish? When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts... Yes? I kind of forget to pay attention to other people, but I'm a fast enough reader and I'm conscious enough now to notice my whole body gets, I didn't see the bottom text line. Please, no, tell me more. Yes, tell me more. You see, I knew Yuri was going to be my type of woman from casual inspection when we were being sane, but no, as we're going into the darkness here, please, woman, Keep talking. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. Sweetheart, if you're going to make me go through the howling blackness, this is the exact thing you want to have at the other end of the tunnel there to make me keep going to reach the end of it. I will princess carry you out of this. Please keep talking. Be lewd with me. Dear God. Talk about having intense emotional attachment to someone. Preferably me, but you know what? Just talk about it. Please. Please. Let me know that there is a woman out there that can feel something like that. It gives me hope that I may actually find one, if I haven't already found one right in front of me. And please stop me if I start talking too much. No. No, please talk. I want to see everything. I want to hear everything. Please. I may be needy and kind of obsessive, but this makes me feel at home. Really? It's not some strange coveting of, well, another person or a sexual object, even though you could probably look at it in some ways as that sort of thing, but it makes me feel normal. Really. Dark thoughts are dark thoughts. Everyone has them. But if you meet somebody that has the same dark thoughts as you, then you've got your own little pocket reality where suddenly everything seems a lot less scary and frightening and horrible. Even though everything outside the pocket reality may be scary and frightening and horrible. Misery loves company, after all. And I bet misery loves holding hands. With lust. Ha, wow. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm kind of like touch and go and also lucid here. You wanted this commentary. This is what you paid for, and I hope you enjoy it. That's something I can't do, as I just said. I really don't think you need to worry. You do not need to worry in the slightest, said Fonto, and that is an entirely accurate statement on his behalf. Me, Fonto, and Game Fonto. That means you're just passionate about reading and a lot of other things. And that's my fetish. It was kind of a weak tongue click. Sorry. The least I can do is listen. And, a lot of other things. But listen, sure, fine. It's a literature club, after all. Ah, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Yes, that was creepy. But, like I said, woman. Woman, you think you're scaring me. You're not. You're really fucking not. Actually, what you're showing me is exactly what I wanted to believe was back there. Please, let's hold hands. I mean, you don't have to, but I will. Because I want your affection. Aha, what are you saying? Of course we're gonna read books, because we're here to read books, right? And not go on some weird one-sided adventure in a dating sim, right? No, this is entirely real. This is reality. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. All right. It's fine if I sit here, right? Really close to you. I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. You don't have to be sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. But something you desperately want, right? You could play this fucked up game. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright, I think I'm distracting her a lot, but in ways that she likes. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. And I'm totally okay with that. It's not a particularly bad thing. It's actually kind of nice. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. She's staring at me, and we're about to get that nice CG. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, woman. Get over here and help me read this book, please. It's like watching an anime. We can just sit here and make dumb jokes about things. Right. Right? Isn't that fun? I saw something about breathing heavily and body heat, and yes! 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 Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I want to be able to read those, though. Wait a minute, can I actually... Hang on. No, it doesn't actually do that. Fuck, I can't cheat. I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... ha ha ha. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, no, we're talking about the desk. Then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yes, good, this CG. I like this CG. So, Yuri, please tell me more about your fucked up thoughts. Because I know love is a very, 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 very diverse topic, filled with lots and lots of things that we could talk about. Some things that people don't like to talk about in public because, wow, they make us sound really weird, but I don't think you're weird. I really don't think you're weird at all. Actually, I think we're both a similar sort of fucked up individual. And I'm okay with that. I really am. You see, folks, this is what I'd like to do for a woman. But unfortunately, no woman has let me do this for her. So I still wait. But we still have moments like this where I can actually act upon it and talk. Act upon this instinct and talk about it. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. See? Two, actually, probably somewhat emotionally fucked up and horny teenagers cooperating together. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it wonderful, young love? But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. And I'm okay with that, because it's either this or having my sins taught me about a girl who didn't exist. I'd much rather have this, so please, woman, be as fucked up and black as you want. Don't kill anyone. Dear God, please don't kill anyone. But, we can do things like listen... spend time together and read fucked up books and watch fucked up anime and sing the really black Tom Lehrer songs, like Poisoning Pigeons in the Park. Do you want to duet Poisoning Pigeons in the Park with me? What about Masochism Tango? I clicked on that. Okay, huddling closer than before. Actually, I didn't click anything. It's actually kind of distracting me. Kind of? As much as I want to learn what's in the book and enjoy my time with Yuri here, fuck, she's beautiful and I can't take my eyes off her. And knowing even more about what the hell's back there, no, that picture's even better now. That is exactly what I want in this situation. Please. Continue. Existing, really. Just that. I could say many things, but please continue existing. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Better than being haunted by my nightmares. Much better. Warmer. Happier. A little bit fucked up, but you know what? World's a fucked up place, isn't it? Are you ready? To see the real you? I might be, but I know you're probably going to do something horrible and somewhat reprehensible, but... You know I love you, right? I can't say that now since that's out of turn. It's too early for that. I wouldn't be a good little boy playing along with the story here if I said something like that out of the blue, but... well... it's on my mind. To turn the page. Yes, please. Keep going. Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Yeah, she reads a little faster than me. She's smarter than me. I can admit that. A woman could be my better half in this regard, being more focused, analytical, knowledgeable. I kind of need that person in my life right now. I really do. Maybe I always did. But the sad thing is, just because you want something doesn't mean you'll get it. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't really read all that much. Unless it's Twitter arguments, then I read it a lot. I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Probably. The question is, do you want to do more? Do you want to do more than the least? You want to be more than the lowest bidder on this situation, That smile is wonderful. Since you've been so patient with me, patient and understanding, I kind of feel like this game's gonna try and bait me with, like, seeing the blackness that is inside Yuri, and I'm just gonna be like, nah, fam, that's hot. Keep going. So this might be the one thing that's blunted by me being the person that I am. I would have liked to have gone down Natsuki's route, but, I guess I'm just the same kind of emotional person that puts me in line with Yuri, and if this is how this worked out, by the author's mind, well, good on you, sir, for this shenanigan. You've chosen right. You've set your plot lines correct. And you've trapped me exactly where I want to be. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me. So I turn by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. Yes. I remember this part. This was a nice part. I like this part. This is the best part. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but... you want to get freaky in the broom closet? The main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. It's that face. That's oh fuck, he knows about how fucked I am face. That's oh fuck, you realize how bad off I am. Oh, you realize what I'm imagining while I'm reading this. And you know what? I might have. But that's okay, because the sadder but the wiser girl for me. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Yes, you do. You totally do. You use books like this as a power fantasy, don't you? You're that fucked up, Yuri. Aren't you? But you see, the joke is, I'm okay with that. Fuck, I'm more than okay with that. Woman, you think you're driving me away, but you're only making me want to hold you harder. Definitely not. Yeah, sure. Yeah, keep up the act here. We've totally got this is only like the first chapter here in what is totally the first playthrough of this game. You can't... we gotta pad this out for like 10 more hours. Come on, we gotta go. So keep playing your roles, right? You're the shy girl who doesn't want to actually let anyone further inside that head of yours, and I'm the limp dick protagonist who kind of just wants cute girl. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Oh, I thought you were talking about the horrible murder and the, insinuating that, stabbing people is, a euphemism for sex. Oh, that's what you're... Oh, you're a precious little boy, aren't you? I said it before, but I'm not making this a secret. No, yes, give me a woman this fucked up. Please. We'll probably have things to talk about. Remember when Mark Twain said, hell is where all the interesting people go. And I suppose as Meatloaf always... Well, actually, as Meatloaf sang... Sorry, stutters. But to get the point across, you know, if I've got to be damned, then I want to be damned with you. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Like what? What were you thinking? I'd sure like to know. Please, tell me more about what goes on inside that head of yours. You might find something more familiar in me than you realize. Something else? Never mind! I wasn't fantasizing about murder or blood or anything like that. I wasn't having a power fantasy where I strike out violently against all the things that infuriate me in my life and stab them to death. No! That would be fucked up. That would be awful. That would make me a bad person, probably Yuri says. And to which I look over to her with a deadpan expression and say, no, that just makes you more normal than you realize. We didn't even get that far yet. Ha ha! So I don't know why that came into my head. Ah ha ha ha! Ah ha ha ha! Ah ha ha ha! This is the part where she's laughing and I reach my hand off the page and slowly cradle hers. I wouldn't say anything yet, but you know, the urge is there. Yuri, are you feeling alright? That was a quick change in mood. Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yeah, you're kind of doing the routine here, and I'm starting to notice. She's getting hot under the collar in this situation. Kind of as much as I was during this entire situation the first time. Wow, what do you know? We happen to be standing right next to each other, and we're both the same kind of fucked up person. Wow. Yuri puts her hand on her chest, as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice that you were giving me a very strong case of the Doki Dokis. Anyway, I'm fine. That's a face. That is a, I'm saying something, please don't stare at me too hard kind of face. You know what I mean, right? That's a woman forcing out literally anything to get you to stop paying attention. I just need some water. Yeah, water. I can feel... It's almost like I can feel her knee starting to go up and down and rattle her side of the desk. You feel it, right? All right, don't push yourself, and I could use some water too while I'm at it here. Sip. Yeah, because Yuri isn't the only one that's really thirsty right now. God, we're all fucked up, but that's probably why we're in this disturbing little hell that is Doki Doki Literature Club, aren't we? Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. Oh, don't go, sweetheart, but I'll be waiting forever. What on earth was that about? This game thinks that they're gonna pull a fast one on me by making Yuri really kind of fucked up, but no, love is kind of fucked up. You're not getting me with this one. She's probably gonna stab Natsuki, though. I can see that coming, though. Or she's a cutter. That's what I'm thinking. That's probably gonna be the bad thing. But no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You shall not fool me. I have seen many things in my life and suffered through many horrors, but I know the beauty of this slowly wilting, lonely flower. And damn, is it good! What on earth was that about? I will pretend to say. Fontaman. Yes, Monica! What the fuck do you want? Are you gonna ruin my life more after that nice little moment there? I'm actually enjoying the fucked up nature of this right now. That was actually a really kind of fucked up black gear change that actually worked out better for me. Did something happen just now? She probably ran off to the bathroom to masturbate, I'm gonna say. It wouldn't surprise me. I have no idea. Yeah, because I'm a dumb main character. What would I know about the, the darker urges that women hold? Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? No, I don't know anything at all. I was just really close to a woman that may or may not have some, unrequited emotional problems. And she just kind of got up and left really quickly. She said she was gonna get something to drink. Something about being thirsty. I don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say that I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. That woman is slowly becoming my queen, Monica. I wouldn't actually have done a damn thing to harm her. I'd like to think that I know what she wants, or part of it. She can educate me on the other stuff. She's clearly smart enough to tell me that I'm an idiot. I'd let her do that. She's also very good at arts and crafts. Looks really, really good in a rib sweater, too. Perfect woman, really. No, nothing. Don't worry. I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Eh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. Yeah, I'm sure, Yuri will be back from her, self-loathing slash masturbation slash cutting episode quickly. That's the horrible part. She might think that she's too disgusting to be loved. But I don't think that's true at all. The only problem is, of course, the game is going to throw me through a loop here. Something bad's going to happen and I'm not going to be able to stop it because the game doesn't think I'm thinking that far ahead, but I am. Ooh, boy, I am. But then again, I don't really know, so I'm just going to I'm just going to stop. I'm going to wait and let the fucked up ride continue playing. I'm hoping you're enjoying my rambling and commentary here. I'm trying really hard to be honest and on point, but not sound too fucking creepy. God, I don't really want to sound too creepy on recording, but you know what? I suppose this is just me, and this will be a record for me. Forever. Or as long as YouTube exists. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Who should I show my poem to first? Well, unfortunately, I went so fucking hard into Yuri, she's not in the room. Well, okay, so, Natsuki's probably gonna hate it and probably think it's hard to read, so we'll go her and we'll see what happens, but Monica's there. She's always going to be there. I know that much. I don't know why, but I know that much. So let's just change gears. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. So here, Natsuki, here's a poem that's seemingly specialized and tailored for Yuri. So, here you go. What do you think? You'll probably hate it. Hmm? Ah! Wow, that was a fucked up thing to imagine real quick. Ooh, boy. Okay. Fontaman, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Okay, that one genuinely caught me off guard, but okay. Wow. Harsh? What do you you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? I did, but that's a strange blush. Do you think I'm stupid? I'm being honest, you bitch. I'm not a writer. I'm trying to be. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put effort into it. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Yeah, your eyeballs are in your head, so good. Yeah, there you go. Painful to think about? Yeah, no, horribly painful, because holy fucking shit, the first thing I wrote is awful. I think about how I wrote Stanley, and I cringe hard enough to want to roll up into a ball and never be seen again. And then there's The Showman. Good lord, no one's ever gonna see The Showman writing. Oh, good god, no one's ever gonna see that. I'm taking that shit to my grave, or I'm rewriting it and pretending the first iteration didn't exist. The Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Natsuki, I think you're pretty clever for what you are, for who you are and what I remember. So, let's see if this changes and gives me any more horrifying insights into what's going on. Right. It's this one. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. See, this is kind of clever because it leads you along and gives you... It establishes a flow and it leads you along on it and seems sensible the entire... It seems roughly sensible, if a bit silly all the way through, but then it actually hits you with a joke and it makes you chuckle. That's good. So yes, that is well written. Yeah, it's funny. You're good at that. I told you weren't gonna like it. See, in a way, see, this is one of the qualities that I'd actually like Yuri to have, but she doesn't. She's about thought-provoking things, I suppose, and more about, deep imaginative thought. Natsuki actually wants to, well, crack a joke, and maybe, I mean, that's more of a quality that I want, but it seems like Yuri's most of what I want, and Natsuki's just kind of part of it. Only small, the missing pieces, I suppose, but I can't have both. Or can I? I have two hands. That's a less genuine maniacal laugh because I'm getting old at this. This is getting old. Let's go on. I like it. What? I like it. It's funny. Just be honest. I am. It's funny. Why are you so convinced that I won't like it? Well, because every writer, I suppose, has to deal with that. Because as much as we are entertained by our own ideas, we cannot help but think the fact that this is stupid and no one's going to like it until someone actually says that they like it. It's a difficult process being a writer. Well, because why, Natsuki? Everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. In a way, yes, but also no. But then again, you feel better about it if it's more sophisticated. So people don't even take my writing seriously. Hold on. Okay. Sorry about that. I take your writing seriously, though. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style won't make your message any less valid. That's the thing. It's a self-editing sort of process that most people kind of tend into. We want to express ourselves and be liked. If we just wanted to express ourselves, we'd just be saying whatever the fuck we wanted and not caring, which might be better in some cases, but we want to express ourselves in ways that we believe will be successful, and to very quietly edit out the ways that are unsuccessful and not be judged harshly or at all because of them. Humans are bastards like that. We want to get what we want, and we don't want to be penalized for getting it wrong. But I suppose that is life. Yes, exactly. I like it. I like when it's easy to read, but hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. Yeah, right, it makes you feel inadequate. So I decided to write about it. Yes. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is it puts more weight on the wordplay. Yes, and you're very good at that sort of charming little clockwork. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. You see, I got the structure there. The idea was for a chuckle, or, something entertaining, with very simple pieces, which is a mastery of writing all itself, but I'm pretty sure I talked at length about this the first time we saw this. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. Seems to work. So you did. I guess more went in than I realized. Yes, it's words, getting a point across and having it rhyme as well is incredibly fucking difficult. That's what it means to be a pro, says Natsuki. Fang. I'm glad you learned something. Yes, I did. Thanks, Senpai. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Awfully proud of yourself, but no, I didn't. Yeah, guess not. Then again, I didn't know your personality at the first time, so it was equally a surprise because I didn't know exactly what you were doing, or what you were going on about, or what you were going to try to do. I don't know characters until they're introduced. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Yes, sure, make women feel better. It's what I wanted to do. It's what I've always wanted to do. Who should I show my poem to next? Well, there's just Monica left. So let's just show Monica. One day I'm gonna get that pronunciation down with nothing. No mincing of words or fuddling of pronunciations. One day I'll master English and be able to talk right with the exact sort of weight and dialect and presentation that I want to, but that's a long way off. Hi, Fontaman. Hi, Monica. Bitch. Having a good time so far? Well, we've established that Yuri is totally still within my bounds for what I want as a woman, so yes, aside from the horrible episode, I knew that was you with the fucking painting, or the fucking poster back there, but aside from that, no, things are going swell. I'm almost forgotten that I have the weight of horrible mistakes and bad decisions behind me. Almost forgot. See, that's the power of what cute girls can do. That's why cute girls are incredibly, incredibly important. They have the power to make you forget about things like that, as well as bring them right the fuck back up. And, yeah. Glad. Good. Glad to hear it. See, my eyes started there and I read that instead of that. Yeah, good to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Can we get Yuri to talk about her fetishes more openly? Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. Yes, because Monica might fuck with them in a horrible sort of monkey paw sort of way. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Yep. Debatable, but things are surprising me, and some very disturbing things are happening. Like, let's just not highlight the whole eyes popping out of Natsuki's head or anything. No cold, empty black voids, crying blood or anything like that. No, don't focus on it. It's just my mental health getting to me. That's my neck getting stiff. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? Sure, yes. It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ha 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 ha. Yes, you have to do everything that I say. You silly, silly little boy. Don't worry, Fontaman. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll learn to get past soon. Or die trying. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Fontaman. I was going oh in my head while reading this. It's really metaphorical. Algebraic. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I have a habit of surprising people, Monica. But then again, I suppose that I'm better at wearing a mask than I realize. Because like I said, women look at me and they don't see anything worth believing in enough to attach themselves to me romantically. Sad truth as it is. But maybe the reason why I'm alone is because no one ever bothered to fucking look. But, so there you go, I surprised you. Ha, abracadabra. I can think deeper than just lustful urges and, wanting to hold hands. I guess I underestimated you. Maybe my resolve to get through this. Maybe. We'll see about that in time, though. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. I don't think it's easy for me. Makes me feel awful if that's the case. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. Frankly, I feel like it's the opposite. I feel like in some cases the expectations on me are incredibly low, and even if I do something, it doesn't really mean much, and people just go right back to having low expectations. Never leads anywhere. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? I had a feeling, but it came from the soul. Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. That may be a common thing with people like us. We may want to drift off from reality because reality is painful and lonely and cold, and we wish to go somewhere else. But that's Cervantes. What begotten in a prison? Lots of wonderful things, because your imagination is actually pretty nice if you actually have to sit there and think about being happy instead of actually being happy. But, well, those of you self-isolating and social distancing would actually... You're starting to get this picture, right? But then again, most of the people watching this are probably neats anyway. Right? You already know about this, even if you haven't really acknowledged it yet. Sometimes when you're left alone with your imagination, you are at your happiest. But unfortunately, you're also at your most lost and despaired because the things in your imagination are not real. Heavy things. Heavy things to debate. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression she's just totally given up on people. Well, if she ever gets into a conversation with me and we actually let everything out here and, just undo the ties here and talk about holding hands in really fucked up ways, I might get her to believe again. Maybe. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. That it is. But then again, there you go. I saw it again. I know her. I like to think I know everything about her, but that would be jumping to conclusions. I like to think I know enough, and I'm interested. Very, very genuinely interested to find out everything else. Like I said, I've always been wanting an adventure to go on with a woman. That's basically what the poem I wrote last night in 20 different words, and implied in 20 different words, was. But, yeah, no, it seems I hit the nail on the head, didn't I? But where's my prize? But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. Well, I will indulge that woman like she was never fucking seen. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. I want her to come on strongly. Remember what I said, and I've been saying repeatedly? I want to hold hands with her until our hands are really sweaty. Please. Let's get dangerous. Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Probably to masturbate, but yeah. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Yes, please. Tell me more about the plot here, Monica. Let me see the dev kit here. Let me into the console BIOS. Don't worry, I'm not very good at hiding subtlety. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. It's my role in the video game. I'm an advisor without a route. Or maybe that's the entire idea behind this fucked up little adventure, huh? But I will see. I have many theories, but I remember I was never spoiled. So I will find out. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? Yeah, I know. I'm leading a show myself here, and I actually have to seem confident in situations where I'm really not. Someone's gotta be the face. I see. Well, let's read it then. A hole in the wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings. But my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? Are they simply 2D cutouts and representations of women that aren't real? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears, the room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. Yeah, I think I know what's going on here, but I'll let the game actually tell me. But if you want to know my theories about right now, he is obviously me, and Monica is disastrously alone because she is an information NPC rather than an actual route in this visual novel. And this entire thing seems to be, again, not spoiled, so if I wind up getting this right, it's entirely on my own guess, that Monica is killing everyone so that she gets to have a route and no one else does. Which... I'm still not sure what I'll do if I actually am proven right. I'm still not sure. Because she'll have actually taken things from me. And I'm not sure how I am going to face that, if that should be the case. But let's keep going and see what happens. So, what do you think? I think you're secretly fixated on me, but we'll see what happens with that one. It's still good, though. It gets across a lot of emotion. Emotion that may or may not be accurate towards the game, but we'll see exactly what's going on here. Like I said, again, I have not spoiled the game, and shockingly have not seen any major spoilers for the game in 2 years, which is the most amazing thing I think I've managed so far. But then again, honestly, at the time the game came out, it was kind of hard to ignore certain spoilers. So I kind of know things, but not specifics. But, it's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. Yeah, just writing shit. It is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. Could that be I'm an NPC in a 2-bit visual novel? Maybe. An epiphany? But yes, go on. Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Yes, what is the Emperor's wisdom? Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. This is entirely true. I overfixate on literally everything. Someone in my past always said I had a habit of overthinking. But I suppose that's a personal flaw, but then again it makes me a perfectionist and makes me want to get better really quickly. Whether or not I produce anything of value is another story entirely, but, you know, it's a flaw that produces good things, but maybe it's still a flaw in the end. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Yeah, like this Let's Play. Ha ha! Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big, dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Who should I show my poem to next? Well, it could be the love of my life, Yuri, here, but that seems to be the only answer here. So, let's see what the reaction is here. But ... As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lightening. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yes, you did. Please, enlighten me more. Please, indulge me. Yuri covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. Hi. Ooh. Ooh. He's going to hate me. That's the silliest thing you've ever thought. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. That's... I guess you're right. what am I getting so nervous for? Because you want to impress me, because you want to think that I will actually make your fantasies come true. But woman, if you tell me your fantasies, I might be able to damn try, because goddamn, you've given me enough to go on that I might actually get what I want for trying this damn hard. So please, continue. Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? None at all! Or rather, a bunch of pen and paper role-playing games on the internet, and then some experiences with isolated writing that I do not want anyone to see ever. Your use of imagery and metaphors indicate you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? I wouldn't call it poetry, but yes. Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. Right. Yes. I just meant, Yes, please tell me more about how I'm a natural. Please tell me about how I'm a new type. Please. Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are a lot of specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, like being bad. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Oh. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. That's the smart girl I know. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback, especially you. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Not in this room, but you know what? If you want to go out later and talk about this in more detail, I don't have anything else to do today. Sorry. It's fine. But yeah, sure, moving on. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Maybe everyone. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought processes behind it. Yes, I too like rambling about my own work like a narcissist. Yes, please. Come. Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Okay, just before I go any farther, woman, I think I may have fallen in love with you at some point. However, I am still awful at reading cursive. So holy shit. I may need you to type more often, but you have wonderful handwriting. It's just that I am too much of a Philistine to properly read it. But that's what I said about, or what I meant about better half. I'm way more than okay with having a woman being more capable than me in certain regards, and I will let her have those ways, just as long as I get the things that I want in return and get recognized when I do good. Isn't this how a relationship is supposed to work? Isn't it supposed to be this simple and nice? I would have liked to think so, but no one's ever really given me a try, and rambles about how awful it is and how it's not really worth the time and how it wasn't really anything that they wanted. But what would I know? I'm just the guy on the outside looking in. Anyway, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickens. I flicken back. I'm still not entirely sure what she's getting at for exactly what's going on here, but I can kind of understand or take my own sort of insinuation from what's going on here. Because when I think about love and romance, I honestly think I'm old-fashioned in this kind of day and age. Most people seem to be getting more and more disconnected, and it's kind of, frankly, it's disgusting to me, but most people will see it. Most people argue that it's entirely normal to be that disconnected and alone. Yet they all walk around like they're fucking miserable and they hate their lives, so gee, I wonder how that happens. But so, the present is iffy. The future, the way things are going, looks really bad. And honestly, back in 2018, yeah, the future was going away. That seemed very bad because we're neck deep in a fucking global pandemic currently. So yeah, that would have been a right assessment. But the past seems wholesome. It seems, in a way, filled with things that we wanted. The old lessons that I listened and took to heart about how romance should be valued in the relationship or closeness and bond between a man and a woman. I listened to those things and they were all in the past. I don't hear many people talking about them anymore, and it's kind of worrying to see people go directly against them. They just kind of walk off into their own sort of disconnected, nearly asexual ramblings about what the hell they want, and it's bizarre to me, honestly. It's a little, I don't know. It feels a little weird, I suppose, or I feel a little uncertain, I should say. Uncertain and weird, I suppose, both at the same time. That I should be highlighting that right now, but honestly, I'm very worried. I'm very worried about how people treat romance this day and age. It seems that everyone's lost hope in it, and they're all going off into their own sort of, I don't know where. I don't even know where. I would say that they're following their dreams, but they're being guided by their ambitions, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but they're being guided by their ambitions alone into corners. And I don't think they realize they're doing that, or they think that's a good thing in a way, and no, I don't think it is. So, if the idea of this poem is simply to take comfort in what was the past because you are left unsure or sickened by what is happening and what could be happening or where the future is going, then yeah, I totally understand that. I too long for days where things were simple, and even though the world is a really bad place and we were all ignorant back in our youths, way back when we were younger about how actually fucked up the world was and had been for a long time, centuries even, something about the past felt better. There were better things going on. It's kind of homey to go back there even though things were all so horrible. That's what I think this poem means, but it may be the last time I read it. So again, I'm just lining up with this woman. Just hand, foot, and waltz through every step. You know, just synchronized. It's almost like, well, I could say that the writer put emphasis on this and is, I'm not sure, well, you could say that Natsuki and Yuri are two representations of a writer's maybe two people that the writer knows, or one of them is the writer, or maybe it's both, they're both internal. Maybe the writer's having an internal struggle with both of these parts, and they've decided to make them two different people in this game. I'm not sure. But the writer seems to have latched onto at least one of these and put emphasis into it, and yeah, no, this person understands what I'm going through, and it's kind of nice. They've created a waifu just for me. Unfortunately, they're going to take her from me. Even though her sins aren't that bad so far. I know they're going to get worse and bloody and horrible because I know the game has displayed that it can be that bad. But I don't think she's not ugly or unsightly. Yeah, sure, flaws are still flaws and maybe we should get past them. But you know, I'm comfortable next to this kind of woman. Or I imagine myself to be comfortable next to this type of woman if she actually would exist. That's the strange part. Women that exist in entertainment and literature books, movies, anime, they may not be real. Or that may be so situational for a specific woman like this to exist. It seems rare to nearly impossible. But I'd like to think that one's out there. And one may be looking at me and thinking that I'm for her. However, I have yet to find that woman myself, and if she happens to be out there, you should get in touch with me. I do have a Discord that's public. I'm here, if you are out there. I suppose the only chance I have is to keep the only thing I have is to keep looking myself and hope I bump into her, but, you know, if she happened to be out there, I'd like to talk! You probably have fun, but okay, back into the game. People are paying for this, so I suppose I actually have to get through the game, huh? And good lord, it's already 11 o'clock. I'm gonna be here all night. I'm sorry if I have such terrible handwriting. It's not that it's terrible handwriting, it's that cursive is a dead art. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. I was thinking that I'm a fucking Philistine and I can't read cursive with any sort of flow or proper presentation to my reading aloud. But it took you a long time to read. I was rambling to myself, but yes, I can't read cursive very well. I never picked this up. Even though in elementary school they taught me that I was going to have to learn how to write in cursive because everyone writes in cursive in college. Oh, fuck. People in the late 90s to early 2000s had no idea what the fuck was going on. They had no idea what the fuck was going on. They were all wrong. Well, I just don't read script very often. Wow, it's almost like this really is me. Holy shit, yes. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Is my room bugged, or was it bugged? Really? Was it? Well, because I feel like this is just me now, with writing that, you know, like with dialogue that is taken entirely from shit that I would say. It's rather disturbing. I feel like I am, in fact, slipping into, like a glove, this entire situation with this woman. And I know the dark depths of this game, or I've seen an example of it, and I'm worried as much as I am excited. This is a happy place, even if it's a horribly fucked up place. My god. Maybe people were right for trying to get me to play this game more often, to the point of having to actually pay for the voting rights to say, Fonto, play this fucking game, damn it. Well, you guys were right, I suppose. It's just that, oh fuck, lots of things happened, and wow, I am not the same person I was even 2 years ago. Yeah, that's a relief. Well, I suppose for what we were talking about in game and not to hell what the hell I was talking about, but I have a habit of running my mouth in dialogue. But yes, no, it's entirely accurate. I can't read cursive, or can't read it very well. It fucks with my reading comprehension, and I'm already bad at talking aloud. Or actually, I'm already bad at reading aloud, and I'm a terrible public speaker. So, this is just, like, hard mode for me. But you know what, woman? If you give me a challenge, I will attempt to rise to the occasion. Give me a chance, and I will attempt to make you happy, or at least surpass your expectations. Also, I like the poem. Yes, I did, if I understand exactly what's going on with the poem and what she's implying. But then, hey, I've been right so far. I've been disturbingly right so far about this fucking game to the point where it's worrying me, so maybe I got it exactly right. Even though it's short, it was very descriptive. Yeah, way better than my writing, where I just write paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs of shit, and I know I could do it more accurately, or just better in shorter amount of time. She is really my better half, honestly. It wasn't too short, it was nice. I don't think it was too long, but you got the point across. If you tell me what the idea is, I can actually say that whether or not it was long enough to get that idea across, but I think I got it. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. Well, good. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Yeah, you didn't want to freak me out. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? What about zombie girls? Ooh. Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Fontaman. Yes, I know, it's insinuating things. It's using metaphors. For using the metaphor of a ghost for something that was there and it's no longer there, i.e. the past. Really? I must have totally missed the point. I got it, but dumb Fontaman. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it, after all. No, I read it and I tried to understand the point behind it, because that's the kind of person I am right now. When you become a writer and you try to digest what other people write to understand what they're getting at, you have a tendency to think way too hard about shit, yes, but however, you also pick up on the point. And there is, most of the time, a point. It just might not be exactly what you think it is. The only time that you are vindicated in thinking this is the point, thinking that you have or understand the point, is when the story actually smacks you over the head with the point. But remember that poems often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experience. Oh, poets, right. Feelings and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. Yes, they illustrate a point. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Yes. Right. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, which seemed so comfortable in relation to the future, which looks absolutely awful. And still does. Before this, in 2018, when I first read that poem, and now! I assumed that it was going to get worse before it got better, and what do you know, it did. So I suppose my place of hiding is in these romantic little stories where I can pretend I hold hands with and go on an adventure with a cute girl. That's my place of comfort, I suppose. There's also a giant robot in there. But you know what? I'd like to think that I try to understand the problems of the problems of war and killing and things like that. Tomino taught me better. And soon to be left with nothing. Not if you hold out your hand, woman. I'm right here. I will carry you until we find something better, something more permanent, something warm and comfortable that isn't just our own embrace. But that's still pretty fucking good. That'll probably keep us for a long time already. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. Yeah, it seems that I was kind of accurate and on the point here. I hadn't even thought of that. I did, but I'm just Fonto subconscious. I have yet to be released and put into full bloom yet. That's impressive. Eh? It's nothing, really. Actually, no, that's entirely what people try to get across with writing, so if you've done it right, congratulations. You successfully are writing. Congratulations. Squawk, squawk. Yours was impressive, too, so... Oh, Yuri, mine wasn't terribly impressive of me. I just bled on a page. But you have a thing for blood, right? Nah, says me. I won't go down that road. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. I could learn a thing or two from a lot of people. But you know what? Life right now is complicated, and everyone's extraordinarily busy. You think so? Yes, I could learn a lot from you. And I could also help you. And you could help me. And together we can hold hands. Until our palms are slick and slippery. And that's when we kiss. Fucking rated R Fonto right now. Rated R! I could do worse, but you know what? I still have to actually be able to be seen on the internet. I have to not be taken off the air, so I kind of have to put the blinder there. But there's more back there, and that's for the woman that I will love and confide in. Whenever she gets here! Yeah, of course. You're impressive, Yuri. I think you're actually very good at what you tried to do. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. So where are we going to get with more implications here? When does bold text Yuri come back out? I want to see more bold text Yuri. Bold text Yuri is fun because she's honest with her black desires. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Fontaman. Ah, me too. Mm-hmm. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around at the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. And I'm talking way more than I expected to, but you know what? I suppose I had to get back into the groove here. Oh, no. Oh, no, that was the... Oh, no. Don't bring the... It was a nice day. It was a nice day. Don't put the poster back up. Please don't put the poster back up. It's as if everyone was judging me for my mediocre writing abilities, because they kind of are, but they still want to like me because maybe they have to, or maybe that's the only thing they have to go in their lives. But, can we tune the piano, please? Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. Wow, this is really over-fucking complicated. Wow, this is really kind of actually insultingly stupid, is probably what happens here. Oh boy. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? Because you put it in an entertaining way that makes you chuckle. I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come off... It didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. Now that you mention it, not to sound overbearing or anything, but you know what, I see a lot of flaws that you're currently keep doing, and you know, I'd kind of like to help you if it's not too much trouble. It's just kind of flaring my autism up here, but you know what, if it's not gonna make you angry, and then it makes Natsuki angry. If I was looking for a suggestion, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. That's biased, though. You won't actually get that if you sit in an echo chamber, Natsuki. Fuck. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it. And Fontaman did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. Oh, here we go. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change it anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. Snubbed. But also, Yuri, that's also very wrong. You are being very insistent that you are right. And you might not be. But then again, I suppose with that little glimpse of self-loathing that I saw, that you don't think you're right either. You're just kind of propping yourself up not to look weak in front of somebody who's actually pressing in on you. Delicate situation. And Fontaman liked my poem too, you know. Oh, here we go. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, no. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. To the point where I lean back in my chair and say, "She's succeeding, by the way!" That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Fontaman appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Oh boy. Huh, and how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Fontaman started showing up. Pads. Yuri, it's very flattering, but Natsuki, that's a little. This doesn't involve you. Ash, go in the corner, tutorial NPC. You're not welcome here. You don't have a route. Be gone. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. Oh god, it's happening again. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking. You wanna be edgy, bitch? Hey, I kinda like the edgy part. Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone with your mental age to comprehend. Oh god. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Whoa, be careful or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, fuck! Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting yourself? I would have believed it, Yuri. What the fuck is wrong with your head? Oh, she's swearing now. Yeah, go on. Let Fontaine hear everything you really think. Please, let me! Please, I'll be intrigued and probably more attracted. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. I would, probably. That's the joke! Joke's on you, Natsuki. I am actually sexually attracted to her. Suddenly, Yuri turns towards me as if she just noticed I was standing here. Fontaine! She's just trying to make me look bad. Yes, and it's not working. That's not true. Yes, it is, you horrible liar. She started it. Natsuki, I'm sorry. You're probably an okay person, but you're really being the Oscar in this situation. I know where my heart lies, even if it's going to lead to more pain. I stand with love. Through the worst of it all. I'm clicking the damn button, yes, I'm sure! You already robbed me of my free out! But maybe it wasn't there. Maybe I needed to actually own up and make a decision here and stand by the woman I think I actually would go furthest with. So yes, I'm fucking sure, Dane. I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure! Yes, bitch. What do you want? Hey, Fontaine. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going now, Monica? Where you've already broken down the situation here. I can't just accurately or neatly solve this situation by leaning on the one character that's going to preach friendship over everything else. The one person who, well, she's not here anymore, if she ever actually existed, because you killed her. So where are we going now? How are you going to make me hate myself today? Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Sure. It's getting kind of tense in here. And maybe you can tell me exactly what's going on. I'm trying to live out my fantasies here and accurately portray myself in this situation. However, the surrealness of the situation kind of rips me out of that, but I understand I understand that there's something else afoot here, and it's pretty clear. So, what the fuck is it, Monica? Okay? Yes.